Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Bedfordshire Gamers YouTube channel. My name is Smitty6166 and I shall be your caster for today. So in today's game we have got Caitlyn, Nidalee, forgot her name entirely then, Janna, Shaco and Twisted Fate versus Ryze, Nami, Vayne, Syndra and Xin Zhao. Now this is going to be a good game, I reckon. Mainly because it's going to be a top lane Ryze versus what I'm guessing will be a top lane Nidalee. So it would be a case of bouncing ball versus throwing spear. And spear is probably going to win it. The mid lane of TF versus Syndra. Again, it's going to be close enough, in my opinion, because Syndra's balls really can slow TF down before he can get any range out. And of course TF can get the stun off with the gold cards, and both have fairly equal farm. It's just a case of who's going to get more gold and when. And of course the bot lane is going to be Vayne, Nami versus Janna, Caitlyn, and in honesty Caitlyn's got the early game, but Vayne will win out mid game if all goes her way. As we're waiting for everything to get started, I will swap the lanes around so people are in the right spot. There we go, the bot reveal screen. So we have the top lanes, junglers, mid laners, AD carries, supports. Sadly, you can't do it with the side panes. Would be nice if you could do it that way. Okay, so things in the early game, not a lot happening. Everybody just being very passive. I say very passive, I've just noticed Syndra, Nami and Vayne all chilling out with that brush. Unfortunately though, blue team know that they are there and they're going to steal that red away nice and early as well. That's going to be an insanely early red steal. That's actually going to give them a humongous advantage in this game, because it will mean that Shaco's jungle is considerably delayed. Although that being said, actually he might go and steal away Xin Zhao's red, which looks like he's going to do anyway. So he already has his blue, he's going to get his red now, so Xin Zhao really needs to come back into this game. There we go, he is alive, he lives. He was saving money for wards. What strangeness is this? But there we go, early aggression coming out from Vayne onto Caitlyn and actually getting off a couple of good hits. Nami though brought incredibly low. If she is not careful, another Piltover Peacemaker will lock her down and that will be first blood secured for Caitlyn. Of course in the top lane, the bouncing ball versus spear. Well, I say spear should really be a mop for that French made Nidalee skin. Is now going to become very, very difficult with the Shaco gank. The spear coming out, narrowly missing Ryze, and again brought very, very low, forced to back away. So already the blue team in this game are on the front foot and are happily pushing back two lanes on their own quite happily. The aggression is still coming out on both sides. It's hard to keep up with what lane is going to do what. Of course, first blood is going to go to Shaco. Well picked up there using that dot deceive. Where is it? Not Jack in Box. Must have been his 1-2 ship. Yeah, must have been the 1-2 ship. And there we go. And Vayne goes down to Caitlyn. I'm so busy focusing on one thing, I can't focus on the other. Crazy games, crazy plays. Welcome to League of Legends. So there we go. And Xin Zhao is now coming out as well. Unfortunately, he gets caught in the tornado of Janna, and he's just going to go down as well, giving Caitlyn the double buff. Now that is going to be a very scary lane for the Nami, going up against a double buff Caitlyn who is already not really a level ahead, but the damage is certainly there for a difference. And there we go. That's a triple, well, an official triple kill there for Caitlyn. That has now put her miles ahead of Vayne. And that has really given her the advantage she is so desperately after. Meanwhile, the mid lane has been very subtle. In all honesty, Twisted Fate versus Syndra. I expected a little bit more aggression from both sides, both conserving their mana though. Of course, if we're not careful, Syndra will start throwing her balls around, and maybe even Twisted Fate might lose his. But we shall see how things go. Obviously, that new passive of his, those loaded dice, really, it's really weird actually. The fact that he's still getting gold, but it's random between 1 and 6, but it's still in his favour. Try and work that one out. Meanwhile, they're back in the spot lane, Vayne versus Caitlyn yet again, and it's still going one way or the other. Unfortunately though, Vayne is down on Caitlyn, but that gap can be closed if Caitlyn can get the kill, which means a nice shutdown for her. Nami trying her best to try and zone out the Caitlyn at the very least, but can't quite seem to find it. Vayne is so busy farming minions when she needs to be the aggressor with Nami. It's hanging back a bit. too much in my honest opinion and needs to push forward. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we see Twisted Fate finally go down to Xin Zhao. Shaco is now going to be forced to babysit it. And Syndra is going to back away now. She is currently sitting on a nice 1,000 gold. So she is going to be getting herself some spell pen items soon enough. More than likely. There we go. So the goddess is coming up for her. Caitlyn is still caught out of position here. Still getting caught in bubbles. But Vayne isn't doing anything to double up from this. It is still just kicking back. And I'm knocking my microphone and stuff. I'm working in a much more confined space than usual. But anyway, yeah, so Vayne and Nami are still trying to zone out Caitlyn, but they're not really synergizing very well. And it's really not going well in this bot lane at all, really. It's currently 4-1 in favour of the blue team at the 6-minute mark. Currently there is a 1.6k lead in favour of the blue team. And that is yet to show itself across in items, really. Twisted Fate has only just got the amplifying tome. In comparison to Syndra is running around with the Dawn's Ring and 2 of the Goddess, so her mana is going to just keep building and building and building. And by the mid game, that's going to be something to fear. And of course, in the AD carries, now that Caitlyn's finally gone back, now we're starting to see the difference in gold here. Already coming back with that BF sword in comparison to Vayne's long sword. So, Caitlyn really looking to go out early with the damage and come back swinging. But Vayne doing a very good job in equaling out CS, and I've got a humongous amount of indigestion. Oh, excuse me. I want to belch, but I can't. So anyway, look back at this top lane anyway, because this is where the first bit of action happened with Shaco getting first blood. Shaco's now coming back around again. Needly, although she is low, she is ready, and she has hit level 6, and she has actually no ability power yet, which is quite odd for a Needly. But then again, it's an old Season 2 Needly, and there we go. That is why using that Cat Form's improved armor and magic resist to make yourself that little bit extra tanky. So that way you can survive things like ignites and being hit, and then you use your spear to close the gap. Meanwhile, though, the bot lane is still going on aggression from all sides. Caitlyn really showing off the power she has now from having that BF sword, and Vayne's longsword really not proving enough to do any sort of damage whatsoever, and being brought remarkably low yet again, and even Nami's being forced to back now as well, even though she's only on about 500 gold. So things were really not going people's way. If she's not careful, there we go, ace in the hole, just enough. Sorry Nami, turret does not stop ace in the hole. Though those bullets are armor pen, and they go through everything. They're depleted uranium shells. Anyway, Xin Zhao also got caught out there. I think he was trying to go for an early dragon, but didn't really have the damage or the tankiness to take it. And already the red team know exactly where these wards are, so very well played by them to sort of pick those key ward positions. And sort of just let everybody know that the blue team has complete domination over this river and this bot lane. Really, this battle in bot has been lost. It can still turn though. If Vayne gets a kill and shuts down Caitlyn, it's going to not quite bring it back, but it's going to close that gap so it's not too bad. Of course, now Syndra's starting to gain her blue. Xin Zhao's happily taking the beating from the big and the lizards, but will happily back away now using his battle cry to start building back up his health. And now we see the damage of the Syndra balls. Them big shiny balls of Syndra. And no matter what way you think about it, it's still wrong, no matter what you do. So anyway, and there we go. Shaco finding Rise in the top lane, completely missing that one as well. Would be nice to have a co-cast, but I never do. But there we go. Syndra also trying to go aggressive onto Twisted Fate, trying to shut him down before he can Destiny away. Although the range of it has been enough for the teleport, he still will have that map vision for his team. And even then, his picker cards will still prove to be an ample threat. Xin Zhao, though, goes down to the top lane, completely missing that one. So Shaco picking that one up along with the... nearly picking that one up with Shaco. So luckily, though, he had no buffs to give away. Shaco's fake clone doing a very good job of pulling out the tower aggro. And this first tower will now go down for the blue team at the 10-minute mark. So very well played by them. Meanwhile, the bot lane, Vayne now starting to get the aggression that she was so desperately looking for at the early game. But sadly, it's going to mean little to nothing because Caitlyn has got 1,000 gold in her pocket. And as she goes back, there we go. We can see that the Vampiric Scepter has come out. Meanwhile, Syndra has found Twisted Fate. Nidalee is on a killing spree against Rise, picking up her... Where is she on that list? Oh, sorry, on the top bit. Yeah, picking up her 3rd kill of the game, her 2nd assist. And there we go, that first turret now goes down at just behind the 10-minute mark. But there we go, and now the Jack-in-the-Box is clearing up the guns rather nicely. Xin Zhao being caught out here, trying his best to 1v1 Nidalee, but Shaco proving too much. And there we go, that 2-shift poison proving lethal in the back of Xin Zhao. So we come back to the bot lane action, where it's a level 7 Caitlyn versus a level 6 Vayne, and Caitlyn is still winning. She has the range, and completely missing that. Rise and Shaco take each other out, but Rise gets the shutdown gold. So now he is up to 2,500, but he's still behind Nidalee in that lane. So the top lane is officially lost. This Nidalee, who's only running around on parts ready for that new Spectre's Cowl, really not having the damage, well, proving that she has the damage and the health to tank this. So who knows, it could be a return to Season 2 Nidalee. New meta, that top lane tank Nidalee. But there we go, the ace in the hole comes out, and again Caitlyn snipes herself a fish. But sadly, as this keeps on going, that gold is going to keep on decreasing, and it's not really worth it overall. So she's going to be losing out immensely. Meanwhile though, Vayne is still trying her best to hold out in this lane, but the Peels over Peacemaker is giving Caitlyn the range advantage, which Vayne sadly does not have. Of course, so Vayne can just hang in there and keep... Oh, I say keep her farm up. I just looked at the farm. She's got next to no farm in comparison to Caitlyn. And those 5 kills are really starting to edge out that gold advantage. Oh, that piece is really starting to fight back. Apologies, folks. And it's really starting to show. There we go. The damage from Syndra comes out and finds herself a Twisted Fate. Of course, now Shaco is coming in. He is stealth. Will he go for it? There it is, and there's the shift for one more kill. Vayne is remarkably low yet again, but the ult from Caitlyn is on cooldown. It's only just shy of a quarter left to go, and even Nami's throwing out the bubbles to try and lock someone out, preferably that Janna, but Caitlyn will be a much better target. She is currently 5-0 with no deaths, and she is worth a butt ton of gold. And there we go, Shaco comes out of nowhere now, does the deceive and starts shanking Xin Zhao. My god, do not walk into Shaco on a dark alley in a foggy night. You will not have any organs left whatsoever. You will be short your kidney, your liver, and possibly your eye, and maybe even your lung. But anyway, as things carry on, Nidalee pressuring down onto Rise, picking up another kill. That's her 4th kill now. She's on a rampage. So between Nidalee and Caitlyn, and even Shaco, everybody is going down left, right and centre. And I apologise if you heard the TeamSpeak there. I am currently on somebody else's TeamSpeak, and I said I'm going away to cast. Meanwhile though, Shaco has been caught out and is forced to run away. Twisted Fate gets nailed down in the middle there and gets absolutely obliterated. And I don't know what, I've just had a sudden sense of deja vu doing this. I'm not joking. But there we go, Shutdown finally comes out. Syndra really now starts pulling the gold. She's really pulling this team along. Frodanis, you deserve player of the match for the red team. You are at 4,500 gold now. You are not quite eclipsing Twisted Fate, but you're catching up on the main leaders of the AD carry, the top laner and the jungler. And there we go, the ball's starting to come out. Not quite enough damage. Oh yes, she does. The red buff tick takes it away. Well played by her, well played indeed. And that's certainly something there for this Syndra. Really starting to pull it in now. She's currently 4-1, and now this game's starting to turn back around. But only if it's just a hope. Currently, it is at the 14 minutes 20 mark. 2 towers to none. 23,000 to 17,500 as Rise goes down yet again. Nidalee needing to run away from those spits, and Vayne finally getting the shutdown on Caitlyn. Oh no, sorry, not the shutdown on Caitlyn. Caitlyn got shut down earlier. I wonder who got that one. I'll have to go back into that one. Xin Zhao, though, finally getting the shutdown onto Nidalee off in the jungle as we are stuck here with the directed camera, focusing on Vayne and Nami taking away this bot lane turret and starting to bring the turrets back level. But Shaco has come back. There's the sieve, the shift, the backstabs, and that's Xin Zhao gone again. When will you learn, Zhao? You cannot beat a rascally man like Shaco. Warriors cannot beat rogues. Rogues tend to do nasty things to warriors' backs and tend to steal their gold allowances. And there we go. And speaking of stealing their gold allowances, Shaco getting a little bit too close to the turret there, and Syndra using the vision bonus of that turret, being able to see stealth units to finally close things out. Meanwhile, Syndra is focusing hard now onto this minion and trying to find another Twisted Fate kill, but of course, while she picks up one, two Shakos appear from nowhere and will find her maybe. Ooh, just dodge the tidal wave, come on! Even if you die, that's all you need to do. No, oh, the Faco doesn't quite get it. Unlucky there for the Faco. But there we go, the shutdown comes out anyway. They kill each other, Needly finds Rise in the top lane. And the aggression is still coming out all round on this map. This has been a fantastic game to cast. It's currently 16 minutes in. We've got 19 kills for 12, 26,000 gold to 22,000 gold. So it's only a 4k gold advantage as Xin Zhao tries his best to defend the turret. But Caitlyn now getting really quite scary. She is building that Infinity Edge rapid, and she's got the Vampiric Scepter just for sustain. And she hasn't even completed full boots yet. I suspect that when she goes back, it'll be combining that Infinity Edge and possibly even starting to build her boots. Or even full on declining, because, well, why not? I mean, you're currently 6-2, you're miles ahead, but in terms of CS, Vayne is doing a fantastic job of leveling out, and she's already finished one item. She has got that Blade of the Ruined King, so she's going to have the attack speed and lifesteal and the damage as well to sort of outdo Caitlyn, but now Caitlyn's going to go back, so Caitlyn will now take the lead again. And there we go, Needly trying to dive into Rise and try and kill as many minions as she can to try and zone him out, but sadly Rise now getting wily. He's starting to build that armor desperately, but Needly spears Rise are AP, not AD, and it's going to hurt you every time it hits. But Xin Zhao, knowing where Needly is now, is going to use that to his advantage. He's going to try and knock her up. And now we're starting to see some teamwork coming out here. Ryzo might go down. Yes, he does, but the tower picks up the kill. But the credit goes to Ryzo. So well played there. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Syndra is still going full on aggression, but Shaco, Janna, and Twisted Fate, were there to finish him off and kill her at long last. Meanwhile, though, Vayne is running around, starting to use that bonus from Nami to do that extra bit of smash damage. Shaco now trying to catch up to the Deceive being popped. Some duplicates coming out as well. The ace in the hole. Nami doing a fantastic job of blocking the shot. And might even get Janna off of this. Yes, they do. But will Vayne go down to Shaco? Not quite. So that's a double kill for Vayne. So now she is starting to pull her way back into this. She currently has an 8 CS lead. She may be down 2 kills, but she is up 1 death. And she has an item finished. But saying that, actually just look to Caitlyn, she's got an Infinity Edge and Berserker Greaves finished as well. And she's starting to pull that CS lead back. So all in all, the AD carries are still level pegging. Vayne is still there a little bit behind, but she will make it up towards the end game where she starts doing that true damage based on health. So things starting to settle back into a groove. We're currently at nearly the 19-minute mark. The score stands as follows: 3 turrets to 2, 31,000 gold to 26,000 gold, and 22 kills to 50, 22 kills to 16. Syndra, thank you for ruining that moment. At times she is annoying. And a couple of the items are as follows. Needly's gone very weird here. She's gone the Boots of Swiftness, Spirit Visage, and Iceborne Gauntlet? What? This makes no sense for Needly. I'm sorry, it makes no sense at all for me on this Needly. I can understand why, because you used the Spellblade, but it would have been better to go Lichbane. But oh well, oh, now I see why. Melee, yes, okay. Herpa now it makes sense. Right. But anyway, in comparison, the Rise has now got that. Oh, is that the new icon for? Yeah, that looks cool, the Glacial Slad icon. So yeah, Rise is looking to do the same thing, in a sense, going with that Glacial Shroud and looking to build that into an Iceborne Gauntlet. I'm trying to think what else. Oh no, sorry, it will also probably go into a Frozen Heart, which works very well on Rise because you get the armor, the mana, Having bonus mana helps rise to bonus damage. Of course, so he's got his Sorcerer Pen shoes, and he's stacking up that tier. He's helped bought Home Guards as well, so he can rush back to his turret, which is really starting to take some damage. And Neely's being forced away. The flashes are being popped from the AD carries, but Vayne is starting to do the damage. One more shot, there we go. That is a one dead Caitlyn. And now this late game Vayne is starting to show herself. The Blade of the Rune King, the Zeal. She's about to get the Berserker Greaves. And Needly taunting that Na'Vi into the Jack in the cart, guys. And the little woven basket thing. And there we go. Syndra also trying her best to slow down Needly, but you can't really slow down Needly when she gets into that cat form. But now the Ignites are coming out left, right and centre. Needly picking up the kill. The Ignite is ticking away, but she will survive it. And now she has gained herself a blue buff, which is going to be scary. Because now she's going to have mana regen and cooldown reduction that she doesn't have from her items. So she's now going to become even scarier when she goes back. Assuming Xin Zhao isn't mad enough to dive in there, because Shaker's around. Shaker's on full health. Now things are starting to go out. There we go. Xin Zhao doing his best to try and find or taunt Caitlyn into it. But of course Caitlyn doing her job, gets Shaco to do all the damage and then throws the spear for the kill. Well played by her. So anyway, getting back to the items I was trying to describe earlier. Shaco now is starting to go heavy into his jungle tree. He's got the Lizard Elder item, he's got the static shift, so he's doing lots of attack speed. He's doing the burn, he's also doing that wave clear in one solid burst. Meanwhilest, if we compare it to Xin Zhao's building tank, he's got the Aegis of the Legion. That will probably more than likely go to the bucket of the Iron Solari, which is going to help out a huge amount. And well played there by Sister Fate, even being knocked up in the bubble, finding a rise. As now a fight's going to break out 3v2, but Caitlyn is forced to run away from Vayne, and Vayne is just scary. But well played there by Vayne, using that last second sap from Blade of the Rune King to bring her health up so the ace in the hole doesn't get the kill. But Caitlyn does find herself a double. Shaco takes the triple, but Syndra doing a very good job there to send her out. So all in all, that was a 2 for 4 at the end of that. And Xin Zhao's the only one left alive, and he's forced to sort of babysit the top lane and stop the lane from being pushed in. And now things are going to pot for this red team. They did a really good job pulling themselves back, but now the pressure's changed again. Neely and Shaco taking down this tower extremely quickly, and now they're going to start invading their red team jungle and start taking away the mobs with their take away, what am I talking like Australian? Take away the XP that they are going to need so desperately, since the minions are now going to start pushing up, and essentially they're going to be denied because there will be pushes coming around all sides. And sorry Nidalee, I saw that you didn't jump over those tombstones. Bad kitty. Bad kitty for missing your jump time. So there we go, Syndra, Rise and Xin Zhao doing a very good job of cleaning out the lanes there. And Syndra, did she actually waste her ult on that, or was I seeing things? But now the Twisted Fate's Destiny comes out, we can see where it's teleported to. But there we go, the red team surrenders anyway, GG. And anyway guys, I hope you remember to like, favourite, subscribe, and all that YouTube jazz. My name has been Smitty6166, and I will see you all next time.